What is good, everybody? Oh man, ooh, I love my mom. I was trying to get her off the phone for like 15 minutes. I had to keep pushing the start time back, but yeah, we're here. Shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to Facebook. Shout out to YouTube. Coach in the building. Comment Brandon in the building. LD's in the chat. It's not curses chain. Okay, so one of my favorite topics to talk about. We're going to be talking about generational curses. We'll go ahead and open up the panel. Pause. And I guess we'll give people some time to mosey on in. Double check, make sure everything is set up correctly. Comment, Brandon. How are you today? I'm doing great, Brandon. Can't complain.
I'm first. What's up,
Richie,
Elevated? How you doing?
what's up, Coach? I'm all right.
How you doing?
Yeah,
You here? How's your
I
mom?
mean, she's good. She's
That's what's
good. I didn't get to call her yesterday for her birthday, so
happy birthday. So she called you like what you
no,
forgot?
no. I had called her.
Okay.
But she really. I'll be like, okay, mom, I'm about to go to sleep. And then she's like, oh well, you gotta try this to go to sleep, and you gotta try to do this. I'm like, okay, mom, I'll try that tomorrow. No, but then you gotta do the. Okay, mom, thank you.
Thank you, mom.
Right.
I know how mamas are, child.
Yeah.
Gotta love them though.
Absolutely. What's up, Richie? I see you in the chat, bro. Thank you for joining.
Richie said I made him jump. When?
I hope you man jump rope.
People be running away from me, boy. Woo, child. That happens to me.
Oh, Coach froze.
They be
Oh,
like,
he said when you joined the stream.
I scared you. Don't be scary.
Coach Chris Cross gonna make you jump. That was hilarious. All right.
Where Tina at? Don't she be up here? Like running around?
Yeah, Tina usually be the first one.
I didn't see. Did I see Tina today?
That's a good question.
I don't think I saw Tina. I mean, I was in and out of chat, so I wasn't like.
Right, right.
But I don't think I saw Tina. She might be resting. She probably need a day.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, she been
She be.
putting in work.
Mm-hmm.
Brother of a certain age, thank you for
Up,
joining.
up,
Yolanda,
up.
I see you. Thank you for joining.
Miss
Yvette,
Yolanda. Yvette, what's up,
thank you for
y'all?
joining.
Happy
What did
Wednesday, everybody.
he say? I think Tina and Danielle hate me and think I'm not empathetic.
Oh, don't say that.
Uh,
I don't think they hate you at all.
no, they're very wise. They could tell the
Mm-hmm.
difference. Hey, uh, let's not hold everybody up. Let's get started.
Yeah, let's get started.
So again, the title today is breaking generational curses. How to
That's
break
deep.
the cycle. Yeah, yeah. So first talking point is gonna be what are generational curses? So by definition, you have patterns, cycles, or behaviors passed down through families.
Hmm.
Some examples are financial struggles, broken homes, negative thinking, addiction, or trauma.
Yeah.
And most times these things show up subtly in daily life.
For sure. I think when I think of generational curses, the first thing that I think about
Mm-hmm.
is like teenage pregnancy.
Mm,
Like, you know how you'll have someone that was born to a mom when she was 16, and then
yeah.
when they turn 16, they
Mm-hmm.
end up in the same predicament no matter what, too. Sometimes the family really tries not to get them to go down that road, but they end up getting
Doing
pregnant.
something right. Yeah. So it's so many like good points on this one. So anybody that didn't hear, you got the financial struggles, the broken homes, negative thinking, addiction, and trauma.
The same thing, like all of those points are good points, but the financial one, whew, that's a doozy because like I always think about this, like even if if you come from if you come from a poor background, like you grew up poor, your family was always, either on government assistance or just scraping.
You breaking up, coach?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So last thing I heard you say was if your family's just scraping by.
So let's say you're able to go to school and you able to get a decent job, like you become an attorney and you're
Mm-hmm.
making decent money. You're making $150,000 a year. That's a
Mm-hmm.
decent salary. I mean, you're not rich, but
Right.
now if you only had to think about yourself, you could set yourself up to live a comfortable life.
Right.
But the curse comes in because you still have to, now that you've made it out, you have to turn around and help everybody in your family too.
Right.
So, so that money doesn't go as far as it could if you had some type of nest egg or you were able to have some other support.
Right.
So the curse of living paycheck to paycheck, even though you're making $150,000 a year, continues.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And you know we we've discussed before. It's just that's one of those things to where even if you feel like an obligation to your family, that they're gonna be an anchor to you. They're gonna be your setback
Mm-hmm.
because it's not like you just whatever you can make 150 and you listen, here you go, make something happen with this lump sum and I can't help you after that. Everybody's always gonna have their hand out.
Mm-hmm.
And then so now because that's your family, whatever sibling or family member that may be, it's like dang. So now they're gonna try to guilt trip you and all this other stuff. Like, ugh,
Yeah.
that's
It's
terrible.
it's it's terrible. It's terrible. And it's also not fair. But I like what Brandon said. Brandon said, imagine you're born owning a house and multiple cars and a guaranteed college education.
Mm.
That is the ultimate head start, ain't it?
After at that point, you can only blame yourself if things go wrong.
Yeah.
Um, that I wouldn't call that a generational curse.
No, that's definitely not a
That's,
generational
that's
curse.
you were born that we call that being born with the silver spoon in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But, so what else did he say? He said, "So can we define a generation? A generation is like you go from your grandparents to your parents. That's a generation. Then from your
Mm-hmm.
parents to you, that's a generation. Then from you to your children is a generation. But then there's the other side. You're already born in debt. Some people's parents pass, and the state tries to make the child pay the back child support. What? Oh, okay. Okay. Damn. I never heard that one before.
Yeah.
Okay, Kiss from Jay is in the building.
What's up, Jay?
Callie's in the building. Okay. Brother of a certain age says, as far as head starts, are we setting the next generation up? Or are we okay? We're trying to get it all for ourselves.
I think that's a personal thing. I
Yeah.
think we should be trying to set up the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what happens is when you haven't had it and you never had a head start, you never had anybody to set you up. Are you even thinking that way? Some people aren't, as we can see,
Mm-hmm.
because what I notice with some people is like as soon as they get their first little bit of money, they're not
Mm-hmm.
thinking about setting up the next generation. They thinking about buying their first car or their first piece of jewelry or some other frivolous thing, and not thinking about the long term and not thinking about setting up people. That's kind of what I see when
Right.
people get a lot of money. I mean, I can't say that that's every single person, but
Right. So I mean, from my observation, I feel like yeah, most people, if they do come across a windfall of something, a blessing, I should say, yeah, they like listen. I've been struggling my whole life, you know. Now, is it right that people do that? No, not. I mean, that opinion is going to vary, but it's you could have some of the finer things and at the same time be setting up the next generation.
yeah.
Because I think a lot of times people will just think like, okay, well, let me buy all of this stuff, and then if I don't wake up one day, it'll just go right to my kids, whatever that may be.
Not necessarily if you haven't set it up.
That's
If
true.
you haven't set it up, and the other piece is like the other thing that what I noticed. I'm only speaking about my community and the people that I've come into contact with and the people that I see like extension, like family, friends, and et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
The other thing we don't do anymore is get married. I know that a lot of folks don't want to hear it about marriage, but not only is it setting a foundation, but it's also a protection in a way too, because if you have property and stuff like that, and you're with someone and you guys are living in this home that you own for a
Mhm.
long time, when you pass, if there's no will, huh, they're screwed. They are screwed. The state can come and take that house.
All right. Yeah.
But that's another way that we're not setting up the future generation. Like we're not passing away with wills. We don't have life insurance. And I'm speaking generally, not everybody.
Not everybody, please. Right.
Lord of mercy. Because I know I have life insurance, I have a will, but not everybody has those things. We've even seen that with some of our celebrities.
Right. Right.
Hi, brother.
What's up,
Hey,
brother?
what's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing tonight?
Good, bro.
Good
Doing-
topic as usual. As usual.
But it's a real issue.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we say setting up, like I think it depends on who you ask what that means. Like a lot of people probably think it means like making sure that they're financially stable, which yes, but
That's
also
part of it.
another way that you really can set up the next generation is by having damn life insurance, so they're not scraping up money trying to bury your behind. or
GoFundMe, yeah.
and having your affairs in order, like making sure you're not leaving them with a bunch of debt.
Right. That's true.
That's another way. What's up, Stash?
Stash in the building. And then SBK, I seen you too, bro. Thanks for
What's
joining.
up, okay?
Lily's in the
What's up,
building.
Lily?
Angie Baby's in the building.
What's up,
Thank y'all for joining.
Angie? What's
T's in the building. Oh
up,
boy.
Tease?
Thank
That's
y'all
what's
for
up. That's
joining.
what's up.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's like I was having this conversation for a while with a
Mm-hmm.
group of people about life insurance and how important it is,
Mm-hmm.
and also like if you're not thinking about getting married, making sure you have a will, making sure if you and a person, you and either you and a woman or you and a man, whoever, have a child, making sure that you take your tails down to the courthouse and file for custody of that child if you're not married.
Mm-hmm.
Like making sure that all of the steps, all of your affairs are in order. That's extremely important.
I agree with that. Getting those dominoes and effects, because once you go on, we've all seen like people, family members, and maybe they're well intentioned, but we've seen them do crazy and
Right.
stuff, and people claiming things, and people going
Hmm.
into the homes and taking things, and people arguing. We've seen that happen. So
Right.
you cut
Yeah.
that all out by having it lined up to where you know the, nobody can come in and say they lay claim to anything. They gonna say this is elevated wishes. So we got it right
Hmm.
here in writing. He was of sound mind and body. This is
Right.
wishes, and they can be mad about it, but in general, people ain't gonna be able to argue with the fact that you wrote this down and this is what you wanted. They could bicker about if they think it's fair, but it's what you wanted, so it's best
It's
they
the legal
respect your wishes.
binding document.
Yeah, it's best they respect your wishes.
Right.
And
Right.
it's really not as expensive as you might think to ask an attorney to help you draw up your will. I know it
Oh,
sounds morbid. A lot of people don't like to talk about it. Same thing with life insurance. People don't like to talk about it. But God forbid, like if you pass away, who wants to leave that your family with that burden to pay for a funeral? Funerals are super expensive.
yeah.
And we all gonna go, so it
And we
don't.
all gonna die.
Yeah, it don't make no sense trying to, like, you know what I mean.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that's a big way that you can set your family up, is making sure that you got some life insurance, that you have enough and your insurance covers enough to bury you, and then leaves them with a couple of dollars to take
Right.
care of everything else they need to take care of.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So I got a question for everybody. Do you believe in generational curses, or do you see them more as learned behaviors?
Mm. It's kind of one and the same, in my opinion, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say it's just things that we pass down to the next generation. If you I like the idea of thinking of teaching the next generation how to think and not what to think, so that way they can process things in a different way. You don't have to. You can get
Yeah.
and you can give them basic tenets of morality, but as far
Mhm.
as like you know, tell them exactly what they should be doing and how they should be doing it, or passing down some of the tropes or the um, you know, what is it? I'm losing the thought for the word. The think when you pass something down that's like well, I they believe this, so I believed it.
Like folklore.
Okay.
Superstitions and things like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That are
Yeah,
passed,
folklore, yeah.
yeah, folklore,
Same
superstition,
thing.
like
Yep.
that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you want to teach them how to think critically, but you don't want to paralyze them in a way that they only think a certain way, and then let them figure out like things is best for them. So
Okay, that was a good point. Shout out to everybody joining in the chat from Brothers live stream or from his channel, excuse me.
yeah, yeah, I see a couple of
Thank
legends
y'all.
talk.
Appreciate y'all for joining. Shout out to Mama 3.
I'm free. Hey.
Okay. I guess we'll keep the chat moving. So recognizing the signs of generational curses in your own life. So we got repeated patterns in relationships, money, or habits.
Hello, everyone.
Then
Hello.
we have feeling stuck in the same cycles as your parents or grandparents. And then we have emotional triggers that seem rooted in family history.
Hmm.
What's up, Brandon?
Who's that?
Comic Brandon.
Oh, hi, Brandon.
Stars in the building. Trisha Nicole's in the building. Tiff's Take is in the building.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Come on, Brandon. What's up, man?
What happened? I can't hear him.
Yeah, I don't hear them.
I'll give it a second.
I'm here.
Oh,
No, I
okay.
had myself on mute because I was just it was buffering while Chills was
Okay.
talking, while Elevator was talking.
Oh, you good, bro?
I actually joined because there's. But can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. Now I can't.
That's one. That's one yes. That's one affirmative.
Okay.
Is there,
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, you chopping up.
okay.
I can't.
uh, so far, there's just one person that can hear me.
You might be
Coach
on a
said hi
delay.
to me.
You might be on a delay. 'Cause I can
Oh,
hear him.
okay. Yeah. Hi, everyone.
Oh, well,
I wanted to add something. I made a video today, so it's actually on my mind. It's about generational wealth and stuff. So
okay.
I know you're gonna do what you do for your community, right? Keep the prices low. I have a particular rule where I do for churches, hospitals, and schools. I do like a low rate. But outside of that, and I'm not. So anyway, outside of that, what you got to do is you got to start charging double and triple what you think your products and services are worth. And now there's gonna be some pushback on that. Some people are gonna recoil when you quote them at such a price. But the people who hold the wealth and the power in our world, they're going to respect that because greedy people like greedy people. If you aim high, people will know that you mean business.
Okay. I
I
can
would just
see
like
that.
to put that out there.
I can see that.
Start charging double and triple what you think your services and products are worth. That's how these corporations are able to cover theft and losses and incidentals, is because when they do when they do behind closed doors types of business, they're charging double and triple what 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 the value is that's provided for the product or service.
Okay, so you don't feel by charging double or triple, you don't feel like you're um scaring potential clients away?
Yeah, I think he got a delay.
Tiff's take is on the panel. What's up, Tiff?
Yeah, I think
Me too.
Rack City got like a delay.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely know that.
What's up?
Can you hear
Okay,
me?
there you go. Yeah, I can hear you,
Let
Cole.
me mute my phone.
You good? I hear you, Tiff.
I was on the phone, so I muted it for a sec.
Okay.
Wait, he what? Oh, his
Yeah,
connection.
maybe his connection.
Okay, that's fine. Shout out to everybody joining up in the chat. I see y'all. Probably can't shout everybody out, but I see y'all. Thank y'all for joining.
Hey, Tiffany. Uh-oh.
Slight technical difficulties. It's all good. So
I'm here.
Oh, there
okay.
you go.
Okay.
Yep, I hear you guys. I just had myself on mute because I didn't want to cause any problems.
Nah, you good, Tiff. I have no idea what happened. I hope you guys heard me.
I heard you, Brandon.
We heard you, Brandon, and then you went like mute at the end.
Richard in the building. What's up, Rich?
Hello, everyone.
What you got done eating, Richie?
Huh? Oh, I ate
tea and crumpets.
Yeah, I had some crumpets. I had some crumpets and chili. I had some chili, man. It was good. It was all right. It was all right. I heard an interesting question, man. Somebody was asking about what you say. Elevated something about charging triple the amount and being concerned about what?
That was Brandon.
That was Carmen Brandon that said that. So I asked him, do he feel like that would drive potential customers or clients away by charging double or triple whatever your service or product is worth?
Oh wow. What did everybody else say?
Nobody said anything.
What?
Yeah. There was technical difficulties, and then Brandon was gone. Like when he was talking, I was on the phone.
Yeah. He was the one asking the question?
Yeah, I mean he was the one who said if you have a product or service, you should charge double or triple. You know, he's the one that brought up that point.
Okay.
Brandon, I'll drop the link. Okay, he's there. There you go. What's up, Brandon?
Hey.
Hello.
Yeah, Brandon.
Hello.
Yeah.
Brandon, I can hear you.
That's good. I can hear all of you.
You can hear me too?
No delay this time? Yes, sir.
So, Brandon, you want to charge double or triple?
Yeah, because people getting paid $17, $20, $25 an hour is not enough anymore. You're gonna have to bump it up to like 50 to 75, even $100 an hour for particularly manual labor that requires technical skills. but also any other services, cleaning services. If you do like house cleaning services for people, you really need to start quoting at higher rates because it's going to attract customers that have money to spend, that have wealth, that have the funds to distribute into the community. Rather, and it's in your community, inside your community. I charge like $20 an hour to do schools, hospitals, or churches. I'm a
Mm.
network technician. I charge a lower rate than what I would charge to do Walmart or Home Lowe's or Home Depot, right? Because at the end of the day, the wealth, the people who own property, the people who own the yachts and stuff,
Mm.
they're greedy, and they want greedy people around them. They like greedy people. So if you start charging, literally, you have to charge 3 to 5 times at this to make a business these days. You have to charge 3 to 5 times what your product or what you think you're. If you typically charge $20 an hour, you need to start charging $40 to $60 an hour for your labor
Okay, can I
because they have
engage
it to
with you
spend.
on this? Can
Sure,
I
absolutely.
engage with you
No,
on this?
you
Oh,
no. End the transmission right now. Leave. I'm
huh?
just joking. That's a joke. I'm a comedian.
Oh.
Also,
All
I'm sorry. I'm a
right, I'm laughing. I'm laughing. All right, all right. So Brandon, check this out,
yes, sir.
and I'm gonna ask this question, and I'm hoping that I make anyone who wants to become an entrepreneur, if they're not an entrepreneur yet, I want them to
Mm.
ask themselves, why are they establishing a business? What do you establish a business for? What exactly do you do that for?
To
To
make
make
damn money.
Oh, to
Yep.
make money. Okay, okay, to make money. All right. Is inflation a bad thing?
No, not necessarily.
To people who don't have wealth already. Yes.
Okay.
People
What
not in
about
possession
what
of
about
assets. Yes.
what about deflation? I'm asking this for a reason. Don't think I'm just going off into it. Whatever. It's
Yeah. The problem.
deflation.
Yes. Deflation. Deflation is also bad because what ends up happening is right now the Federal Reserve is basically tapped out in that we can't lower the interest rate anymore. And also there's the problem of the Federal Reserve being not federal at all and independent. But
I'm black.
so yeah, you can't lower the interest rate anymore. You can't go negative interest. So yeah,
All
that's a
right, I got
problem
another
too.
question. I got another question. I'm going somewhere with all this. All right. Is one worse than the other? Is inflation or deflation, is one worse than the other?
Deflation would be worse in my opinion because it once it has its limits. Whereas inflation, it being unlimited, you can always adjust around it, and money's imagined anyway.
Okay. Now, you got to charge double or triple, right?
Yes, yes,
I understand
absolutely.
that. I understand that. Now, you have something for all y'all who want to be entrepreneurs. You have something called your cost of operation. What you need to make in order for your business to
Overhead,
continue,
Profitable.
right?
Yep.
In order for your business to continue, not for you to do well, not for you to
grow,
make
see growth.
money,
Right,
okay? So in
that's a
order for you
straight
to
buy.
keep your doors, yeah. So in order for you to keep your doors open, now, are you thinking just about yourself, a business where you're just selling merch or something like that? Or is your business such that you have others that
Well,
depend on your business in order for them to sustain themselves? Do you
a
have
Mm.
lot of the
employees, in
times
other
the people,
words?
a lot of
Mm.
times the people who pitch merch are actually customers themselves rather than entrepreneurs. Those are entrepreneurs. People pitching merch like trying to sell $30, $50 t-shirts with some design. And I get that there's value in the art, but what you're doing is you're hawking Hanes t-shirts uh for more expensive than what you would pay at Walmart
Okay,
and do
okay.
it
So
yourself.
let's talk about the entrepreneur that you're talking about. that has employees, that has a team, a group
Mhm.
of people that depend on the survival of this business so that they can survive. Okay?
Yep. You gotta calculate all that into the cost, right? And then you double that cost, or triple, or even 5 times. Don't go more than 5 times, because then you'll think you're crazy.
Well, they may not. There are some services that have an incredibly high profit margin, and they're doing just fine. They keep their customer base. They actually increase their customer base, and that's one of the hurdles that a lot of new entrepreneurs have to understand when it comes to pricing. When it comes to pricing, okay, and this is what leads to inflation. If you can sell something at $20 above cost and you're gaining customers, well,
Mhm.
some entrepreneurs say, well, if it can sell at 20 above cost, let's bring it up to 25 above cost. Let's see what happens there. And if you don't lose customers, they'll go, okay, let's go up to 30 then. And they'll continue going higher and higher, AKA inflation, because the demand is still there. So do you need to
And the
stop at 20
employees will
at
still
twice the
get
amount?
paid the same amount. And that's the
They
problem
don't
with
have
that,
to
is that the
they don't have
employees are
to
still getting
you don't have
17.50
to
an
pay them.
hour, while the company's charging.
You don't have to pay them the same amount. That's up to you. But if you do pay them the same amount, well, guess what? You've got extra cash, and whatever you decide to do with that extra cash, well, that could mean the difference between surviving an economic storm, right? Like 2008.
Yeah.
Maybe you have the cash reserves to be able to sustain your business during something like that because you
Investing in
didn't
yourself never
increase,
fails.
huh?
Investing in yourself
Well,
never fails.
well, in this particular case, keeping a reserve of cash isn't necessarily investing in yourself unless
No, no. What I'm
unless
saying is, you take that
your
reserve of cash
business,
and invest in your business. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
right? Oh,
you
okay,
hire
okay,
more employees. You to create better lists of people that you could do business with, or to be feet on the ground. Whatever you do with your employees, right?
okay. I
That's
understand
what
what
you
you mean
do.
now. I understand. Okay, I understand what you mean. We're
Growth.
we're on the same page.
All right.
So
So
It's always better
when
to
it comes to
reinvest the cash than it is to hold on to it, because inflation's higher than the interest rate. It's that's crazy. Yeah,
right,
you'll
so
lose
so
money
when
if you
so when
keep
it,
it
in
away.
other words, when it comes to pricing, I understand Brandon's approach, where yeah, you charge double or triple, and do you worry about um, your customer base? Only if they start disappearing and going somewhere else, maybe. But if not, hey, go five
The
times,
way I
10
see
times,
that is,
whatever.
the contracts that you already have with people, they get grandfathered in at the cost that they were paying already. But what I'm saying is, when you go and approach a new business that's outside of your community, when you go out and quote people to whatever you do, you need to start charging double and triple. So that way, yeah, like you said, whatever the overhead and your cost is, because that's now we're double. And so, yeah, you got to eat. You gotta talk. You gotta start charging double and triple. If you were making 17.50 an hour, you need to start charging people $50 an hour for your presence.
Okay, I think Elevator wanted to chime in. Go.
yeah. So my question to you, Brandon, right? I know you. Maybe it wasn't you. I know somebody was talking something about having your clients with the yachts and all this other stuff. You gotta get your foot into that door. And if you're like a up and coming business, or you're brand new, and your price is like really crazy looking to most people, how do you even have references that could vouch for you to get your foot in the door with those people that own the yachts?
Work for
Brandon.
free. That's
Okay.
work for free.
You're definitely going to work for
what
free.
you do is you build up. Yeah, at first you got to do what your skill, whatever your skill is, you got to work for free within your community to build up a reputation. Find local opportunity. If you ain't got nobody to lean on, if you ain't got no family or friends like that, you find whoever's doing the best around you. You go find that business. You go talk to that person. And you say, I want to work for you.
You establish relationships.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. Yep.
And you don't always have to work for free.
yeah,
When
I'm
you
not.
establish relationships with certain people, you don't have to work for free. There are cases where they even uh, they even uh, get you going in a better place than you thought you can get.
That's true.
Right.
So it's the relationship. Relationships are extremely important in business. Extremely important. If you
That's
if you if you
Because it
start up
takes
a
a smart
business,
person to recognize a smart person. If you step up to somebody who got money and explain to them, listen, I know you got money, I know how you got money, and I would like to be a part of what you're doing. That's the right foot to start on with just about anybody. Because it takes an intelligent person who's on game to really recognize what's going on and why people are doing well.
I'll tell you. Um, I'll tell you an experience I had. So I met a guy and his girlfriend, and nothing. It was. I met him at a bar, and every time that I went to that bar, I encountered them.
Uh-oh.
They were engaging in funny business, and I didn't know
I
what it
was gonna
was
say,
at first.
did they invite you for a party?
not a
Actually,
Diddy
they
party.
did.
Not
They
a
Pineapples.
actually
Diddy
did.
party.
They invited me. Yes, they did invite me because I'm a personable guy. I can engage in conversation. I don't have a problem with that.
Oh man.
So I come to discover later on, these people were serious party animals. I mean, serious.
Right.
I introduced them to one or two friends. They were
Mm-hmm.
extremely happy for that introduction. But check this out. The guy turns out to be the brother of a senator.
Okay.
The the girlfriend who was selling herself, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Selling herself, but she happened to be a lawyer as well.
She
So
needs
through
to start
them,
charging double or triple.
oh, believe me, the things that she was charging for her services, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. And because this guy was a senator's brother, and because she was a lawyer, I was able to have certain doors open for me.
Okay.
And you know, maybe not the best way to, or not the best type to engage with, but there's an example of something where you don't have to go and no, it just happened. And I could
You
have
can
been
live in the ideal world or the real world. And in the real world, you got to understand people are going to do what people do.
that's fine, but I could have been a snob, right? Because that's not how I was raised. I
Right.
was raised in a far right Christian home. That's where I was, and I could have been a snob about it. I could have been a prude. I could have said, listen, I don't get down like that. Hey, I can't hang out with you guys. No, I didn't. And because of that, some doors were open for me that probably would have never been open before. So with regards to business and, in the business world, in case a lot of people don't know, there's a lot of funky business that goes on with these people in their private lives. And if you connect with them in their private life, there is that possibility that yes, they will open doors for you. I'm not encouraging that because they do some pretty crazy stuff.
And you can
But
always resort to extortion at the end of
uh, but those relationships are can be established without having to, you know, uh, making them think or feel like you're thirsty for an opportunity. Just saying.
Hey, I get that. I get that.
So yeah, relationships are very important for business.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, but half of what I say is a joke, and I have a flat delivery, and you. So yeah, I agree with you. I don't. You can't dictate what other people do.
No, that's not a good idea.
So
To impose the
I
way
no,
think
you are
that
on
T's
others.
journey had something that she's been trying to get out.
Oh, my apologies.
Yeah, but
She froze.
yeah, our internet been um bad.
She must be like, I don't know if she's in the house or not. I don't know.
Is that what you call glitching?
Mm-hmm.
Glitching
Can
like a
everyone hear me? Because I don't know if my
yes.
Well, we hear you now.
motherfucker. It's
That's T's talking.
yeah.
Damn, everybody internet messing up today.
The internet was messing up today all at work. Everybody has
can,
actually been saying that they were
can
having
you hear me?
internet issues all day.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, we can
T.
hear you.
Hi, T's.
Then it cuts out again.
Oh Lord. That is so annoying when your internet keeps
Okay, what
doing that.
about
I heard you
You
there.
chopping. You chopping. Mm-mm. Lord tease.
Okay, I have a question, but I know it's it's acting as
Yeah, you keep going in and out.
okay.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah, it's going in and out. But
Yeah.
I had a question. I don't know if it's all over, but me personally, with life policies and insurance, they only go up to so far. So personally, since I'm a home,
Mm.
multiple home owner, I feel this is my personal opinion that I hate this.
Dad.
Pause.
The
So
suspense is
bad. I want to
killing
hear
me.
what you got to say, but it's like going in and out.
Yeah, like
So
Does it hurt?
Oh, my internet is so bad. This is not
that's
gonna
now I heard you say my
sound
internet is
right.
so bad. Damn.
So it's like I can hear myself.
Maybe come out and then come back in.
yeah. Try
Try that.
doing that.
Yeah,
Well,
in and
basically, I'm
out.
gonna go on since I'm a properties, and I don't want the glitz and glam because I ain't gonna be here to, and I don't want nobody lying over my body, my shell. I feel if you wasn't here when I was in the living, you ain't gonna be here, and I don't want you lying over my share, and I don't want my kids paying all that money for a casket pay out.
Well,
This is, oh man.
So, Tease, can you hear me? Dad, I don't think she could hear.
she mentioned
Somebody,
something about life insurance.
can somebody in the chat tell Tease to exit the studio and come back and see if that changes it?
Or maybe not try to join from a computer. I don't know if she's on a computer or a
Or
phone.
maybe try joining from your phone.
I can hear you,
Yep.
Coach.
But I think you delayed, like it's like a real delay. So if you can exit the studio and then try and rejoin on your phone, maybe that'll be better. Because we can hear kind of what you're saying, but you keep going in and out. It's real bad. If you can exit the studio and then
Yeah, delay is tough.
got it. But I think I know what she was saying, but I'll wait till she come back. If she try to come back.
It was about life insurance, right, Coach?
Yeah,
Life insurance,
Sort
but
of.
I think
But
additionally, her not wanting for her kids or something to pay for a casket, or her not wanting a,
Yeah, I heard that.
lavish funeral.
Right.
Yeah, that's
that's a
that's
personal
the
choice,
that's the
it's not,
marketing.
Yeah,
That's the marketing trap of the insurance industry.
but it's also a personal
And
choice.
she did
Now,
not
my
want.
mom,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
God
go ahead.
rest her soul, she 100% had her plans laid out. At the age of 90, she called in myself and my nephew, and she basically told us her wishes. She didn't necessarily show us her will, but she provided her insurance. She had us go down to the funeral home. She gave the funeral home her insurance. She told us the funeral home that she wanted her services to be at. She didn't tell us the church, so we had to decide that, but everything was planned. So the day, that she passed away, literally all I had to do was go and get this key, and she had a bank bag and her will. And
Right.
I mean, in that bank bag was everything. And you're right, Coach. Funerals are expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
just the burial, the land alone was 10 G's,
Yeah.
just the land. And that's not the casket or anything. Note to everybody, you can buy caskets off of Amazon, and they're just as great as the ones that the funeral homes send you, and they're cheaper. And yeah. But yeah, so she provided everything, but that's what she wanted. Like,
Right.
I mean, we even had her buried with my uncle's urn, because that's what she told us, that she wanted in her plan. So if that's not what, you want, then, that's not what you want. But I was happy that she had made all of those plans. And she said, it's because I don't want to see you guys fighting, and I don't want for you guys to be arguing. She had 13 brothers and sisters, and she was the last living of all of her 13 brothers and sisters. She lived until she was 95 years old. She purchased 2 houses, and she was the epitome of what the mind can conceive and believe you can and will achieve. She instilled that in me, and that's probably the reason why I am so bullheaded when it comes to certain things. But it's about proper planning, and I think that that's the best gift that you can give to your kids. And when it comes to like breaking generational demons, I know that my mom, when she had moved from Texas to Colorado, she owned a home, and she gave the home to my brothers. And my brothers lost that home in Texas. And I mean, you guys, this was in like the 50s. So, you know, this was a home on like 10 acres. And they lost this land over $1,000 property tax because she had owned it flat out.
And that's
$1,000 property tax, and they were upset that she left myself and my nephew as the mediators of her estate versus them. And, you know, it's just those little lessons, but that's the reason why I believe in paying my bills and having good credit. And if you are going to invest in yourself, Brandon, the first investment that you are going to make in yourself is fix your credit, because that is what is going to keep you from paying astronomical interest rates, especially in these trying times in the economy. Fix your credit, get the 850, get the 900. That's the best gift that you can do when it comes to just being a blessing to yourself and sowing into yourself. Because if you do that for yourself, that is then going to bleed into your children. It is something that you will do to bless them. And so when your kids are 21 years old, they'll be able to buy homes. They'll have 850 credit scores. They won't be blocked by that and by paying higher interest rates. So just wanted to also spit that out there for you, sir.
Yeah, I agree. So I saw T's came back. I don't know what happened, but I saw she had come back. But Tiffany, you are so right. And the one thing, when you were telling your story about your mom and her planning, not to say that it made it easier, but in a way, while you're grieving, it's so much easier when there's a plan and you don't have to worry about where everything is coming from, because it's already done.
Facts. We didn't have to argue about money. You know, we didn't have to dull down her plans because of financial stresses. It was just all there. So it made the grieving process much easier for all of us. And I'm going to be quiet so that Tease can talk.
Yes. Tease.
Okay, y'all, am I back? Can y'all hear?
Hey, Tease. We couldn't really hear you, so you're going to have to repeat everything you said, girl.
Girl, thanks to you and this castle internet. Okay, y'all. Sorry for the angle. I'm in the process of rearranging some stuff. Okay. Dang, that kind of threw me off. Okay.
You were talking about insurance, and you said you don't really something about life insurance, and then your burial and stuff.
Yes. And I don't know who that was speaking, because I was going in and out trying to figure some stuff. And yes, she is right. That is I didn't have to put my mom, my brother. So at this point, I came to the realization my job offers some type of insurance of cash. And in the state of California, everything is so money, 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 money. So I didn't came across to where it makes a financial. I got TikTok. Oh Lord, I ain't got no TikTok. Wait a minute. Okay, I do got a TikTok, but dang, we ain't talking about TikTok now. So basically, I feel by me having multiple pieces of property, the price is capped with insurances. It wouldn't be an economical, good decision for me to put in money for insurance. Like, I look at it like this. The age I am now, and let's just say I live 100. It goes up. All that money I didn't put into it is only going to cap off to where my pieces of property, even if I ain't even finished paying for them, is going to pay off more than what that insurance policy is gonna pay off, especially if I don't want no funeral service. Not at all. I just want cremation. I do have 4 grown kids. I ain't gonna say children because they're older than 18.
Right.
And financially, I have seen, oh man, siblings fight and argue when it comes to property, jewelry, anything of financial, cars, and stuff like that. And I have seen, I have listened, I have witnessed homes, properties, and cars. When siblings have their own lives and stuff is lived with them and they're married, that's what tears a lot of siblings apart. Like one might go move to Atlanta, one might stay in Cali, one might want to move to Mississippi. You didn't put one might want to stay and live in it, but everybody want their cut of property. So with that said, me personally, I would just rather go with a living trust. And even with a living trust, I would just be comfortable with my kids just even selling both properties and they all just split money in half, all 4 different directions.
Please then write it down, because that is what my mom had outlined in her will, was that we were to sell the house. And my nephew and I, we wanted to be bullheaded and buy the house. But we knew that if we bought the house, then we would be cutting my brothers out of their inheritance, essentially, because, I mean, we were going to buy the house for dirt cheap. So we went ahead and followed through on my mother's wishes, and we sold the house, and the money was split 3 ways between myself and my 2 brothers. I mean, like, she had even went and set up a CD and was putting her money into a CD, and over the course of 10 years, that CD like quadrupled with money. And she had outlined, I want you to sell everything and split the money. And that's what we did.
Now,
Yeah.
So if that's what you
sorry to
want,
interrupt.
then
Because
go
I
ahead.
look at it like this
Ms. Tiff
financially.
and Ms. Tees.
In California, life insurance only go up. Your property is more value than a life insurance policy. So that don't make economical sense. Here I am spending $50 a month for 30 years on some insurance, and my property is going to pay out all 4 ways the same amount, if not more. So that gave and I only want to be cremated. I'm not going to sit. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit up here and put a pacifier and a Tootsie Roll in my kid's mouth when I knew I had to break my back. I'm so sorry to say that. I am so sorry, but I'm not sorry. I mean, I don't want it to go back to the government either. But I'm not finna sit up here. I want to enjoy my money. They enjoying themselves right now.
I'm with you, Tease.
As we
I'm with you, Tease.
discuss assets and distribution, Ms. Tiff and Ms. Tees, I thank you guys for both sharing very intimate details. First of all, thank you. But I'd like to follow up with: can I hold $1?
He said, "Can he hold $1? Please."
Hey, Tease.
Please,
But you
please.
know what? You know what? I think it's all a personal choice. I don't think anyone can dictate what anyone does with what they earned. You know what I'm saying? You do what you feel you need to do.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't
Hey,
want this.
Tease.
I don't want them to argue. I want them to even be closer, but they're separated. I mean, they talk, but everybody's separated, bullheaded. You kind of get what I'm saying? So I don't want it to be even a more like, oh, you know, you was her favorite, and you know this, and you know that, and I know is one of my children. She would take them through the ringer with the pen and the paper. You had them all out there broke. She would be the DA in that office. So I really have to protect them from her.
Hey, Tease.
She would do them all.
Hey, Tease.
Yes. Who is that speaking?
So
I don't.
right here. Look.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Richard Burns. I'm doing well.
Hi, Richard.
I'm captivated by something you said about life insurance. Full disclosure, I had to become insurance. I had to become insurance licensed because as a broker, I used to sell annuities.
Okay.
And my take on life insurance, specifically life insurance policies, I think they're nonsense. My opinion.
Ooh, thank you, because I do too.
Yeah. The reason why I think they're nonsense is, number one, you can have your money transferred to your children without having to go through probate by setting up certain structures. So you can get the same thing done. You can pass on your money without any tax implications and without having to go through probate with the proper corporate structures. Another thing is, why would I risk, or why would I lay money down on having to pay somebody $1 million, 2 million, whatever their policy is worth, if I thought that they were really going to die and I would have to pay it out? Why would I do that?
Yep.
So if I'm gonna back you up financially in case of your death, I want to make sure, and they do make sure, because they gather all kinds of information about your life, where you live, blood samples, all kinds of stuff, to see what the probability of you passing away within a certain time frame where it's going to cost them to cover you. So they're gonna bank on a low probability of that occurring, so that they can continue getting this flow of cash, not just from you, but from a lot of people who are convinced that that's the way to go. And with that cash, they're able to invest and increase their margins to the point where, for those that do pass, they can comfortably pay off if they don't fight it, because they usually fight. My mother had a policy with, no, I'm not going to say the name of the insurance company.
Yeah, no,
but she was paying hundreds of dollars a month, and when she passed away, I was the beneficiary, and I don't think it went. I don't think the check that I received reached $400. And we're talking about a policy that she had from 1970 to 2010.
Wow.
Paying hundreds of dollars every month into it. So, yeah, term life policy. Okay, you might want to get into that if you're a home buyer, first time homeowner, got a 30-year mortgage, get yourself a 20, 30-year plan just in case. That way your spouse and your children can remain in their home, because the policy can cover the principal on that loan. Yeah, I mean, and it's a whole lot cheaper to pay.
If I had a little one, then that's a good investment. But like I say, everybody grown. So it's
Yeah,
no.
everybody grown.
Yeah, everybody grown.
Even not grown. I don't even deal with
If
insurance
you
companies,
do
even though I
work
was
for
licensed. Hmm?
if you do work for a large corporation and you have the ability to get, generally with your insurance policies through your job, you can get, life insurance policies for, 10 cents, 50 cents a paycheck. And I would suggest those. And as awful and as morbid as it may sound, get them on your kids, your young people. I lost my daughter in 2017. And I had forgotten that I had even had the policy because I just had been with my company so long. Um, but it most definitely did come in handy. And I set it aside for my granddaughter so that she can have it. But, if it's 50 cents or so a month, I'd say definitely get it through your job because you just never know these days what is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, yeah, I hear you. Me personally, I don't care for the insurance industry. They're very powerful. They have tons of money. Um, and what can I tell you? I mean, the math to me doesn't seem. But like you said, if it's for pennies and it's from your employer and you think that's worth it, and it did come in handy for you, yeah. But overall, life insurance, nah, no thanks. Um, Set up certain corporate structures, and you can get that money passed on for whatever your children's needs, and you can specify if you want to decide how many each one gets. Um, Also, you don't have to go through probate, so the court doesn't have to decide who gets what, and there's no tax implication for you going through those corporate structures. Just a thought. Oh man, I'm sorry. Why did everybody go quiet on me?
No, you're good. That's good
You good?
information, Richard. I mean, I definitely can agree with you about the high insurance premiums because, yeah, I think my mom's policy, she's so cute because literally she had the original policy. And I
Hmm.
think that she got it in the 70s as well.
Hmm.
I think her payment was like 150 a month. But
1970. That's a lot of money.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think it was over the years, the insurance payment, she had to pay more due to her age. But looking at what she paid over time versus what the policy actually paid out was completely ridiculous. The policy did pay out 100%, but I did the math and I was like, this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. I mean, my mom was paying hundreds from the start, in the 70s, hundreds, 1970, and after how many years is that? I don't know. I didn't do the math. Was that 30, 40 years of paying? I get a check under $400. That
Mm.
was what the hell? Yeah, because the policies have certain conditions that have to be met. Whole life, anything related to whole life, even with a investment attachment to the whole life. What whole life does is that every year they treat your policy as if you were a new applicant every year. So whatever it costs to actually begin a policy, um, you go through that process every year, and it cuts away at. And it's crazy because if you have an investment component to your whole life policy, um, it eats up uh, your investment part as the years go on. It takes a bigger and bigger chunk until you have nothing. You're not investing anything. It's crazy. I don't remember all the details. This is stuff I had to do back prior to 2010. Like I said, I had to get a life insurance license because as a broker, and I had to sell annuities. Those are they have an insurance component to the investment portfolio. So I had to get life insurance, insurance license. All that stuff. Yeah.
Your
Elevated.
call like totally get hijacked, elevated. Like Brandon deviated the entire conversation.
Right.
Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
why? What's the original?
We were talking about generational curses.
Oh God. Okay. Hmm. Let me ask you this, Elevated. What starts off a curse that becomes generational?
A habits that you see that your parents, grandparents, older people,
Before them,
just,
where did they get it?
I mean, it's the same. It goes down like they've grown up watching it happen, the tendencies, things like that. So
Hmm.
it's learned behavior that's just passed down.
Okay. The reason I ask you that question is because in my generation,
Hmm.
I can see where some of us started a curse.
Okay.
Or if not my generation, then my father, or maybe even my
Okay.
mother. I'm not sure. But because we had to go through some changes, and
Right.
those changes, I can see uh, how my siblings are carrying on. They're not conducting themselves the way my parents are. Okay, like I have a brother who was murdered in a pharmaceutical transaction, a street
Okay.
pharmaceutical transaction, something
Okay.
that my father and my mother would never ever in their life be down with. Okay, so
Okay.
his kids are without their father because of that decision that he made. Now, his kids are probably the start of a curse that's going to be passed down to generations.
Okay.
And that's why I asked that question. And did you ask if it could be broken? I think it can, just in case you asked.
So yeah, we didn't get. I never asked that, but I agree. It's just it takes one person to have the idea to want to change. That's literally all it takes. A thought in somebody's mind
Hmm.
to just want better, and that's that's the beginning of the breaking of the generational curse, whatever that may be.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Hmm. Hmm. You know who could have been that person? David Rockefeller. You know anything about his father?
No, can't say I do.
Okay. David Rockefeller's father had a nickname. His nickname was Devil Bill. Okay.
Okay.
Devil Bill. This guy was a snake oil salesman. He was scamming everybody and their mother. And there were times where he had to flee whatever town he was in because they were looking to unalive him.
Okay.
And he was a scoundrel. And well, apparently David broke that chain because he did become uh, extremely powerful, extremely wealthy. He's, David Rockefeller. He's the founder of Rockefeller Empire.
Right.
I guess you could say he broke it. I mean, he wasn't the nicest guy in the world, but I guess yeah, because
Oh,
his children and his grandchildren didn't have to live through whatever he lived through with his father.
Okay.
right.
Elevated. Did you have the next talking point?
Yeah. So our next talking point is going to be the mindset shift needed to break free. So we have awareness is the first step. We need to choose responsibility instead of placing blame, and that will ultimately help replace negative cycles. So I guess we could ask everybody a question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, what's one cycle in your family that you've noticed repeats itself?
Violence.
No. Okay. Okay.
That's a good question.
I would say alcoholism and drug abuse.
Okay. Okay.
What's wrong with
So
that?
A cycle that continues. Obesity.
okay. Okay. Um, in my family is skinniness and stuff. No, but I could see, like, I guess I could agree with alcoholism. Um, my dad was one while he was still alive. He recovered eventually, but it's that and the financial struggles. And I'm doing my best to break through all of that, especially the financial struggles, because tired of being broke.
Yes.
Amen to that.
We don't want that. We do not want that.
Right. Okay.
I would say it right now. I don't want to just be okay. I want to be better than okay. I give God His glory, and I am okay. I just want to be better than okay.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree. Okay. So our last talking point is going to be creating a new legacy. So healing is not just for yourself, but it's for your kids and your future family. Uh, we need to start building financial, emotional, and spiritual wealth. So a couple of practical steps are therapy, journaling, mentorship, and community support. That's a lot of communities we've been talking about lately.
Yeah.
Definitely. But yeah.
Still, hey girl, hey.
What's up, Crystal?
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal. Well, I tried therapy, didn't work out. My therapist now needs therapy when he never needed it before. So
That's funny. That is wild. Um, okay. I guess we'll end this with another question. If you could create one new legacy for the next generation, what would it be?
Hmm.
wow, peace in the Middle East. I don't know.
Well, I end all of my videos with it. Be blessed, have a blessed day, and do what you can to bless someone else's day, with the most important part being do what you can to bless someone else's day. I think that we just have to really truly be the change that we want to see in the world. It is so easy for people to ignore others or to go out of their way to be mean or belittle other people. But it is a whole lot harder, I think, for people to get out of their own way
Mm,
and just do random selfless acts. I received something for one of my girls at Starbucks. They're called good deed beads. And it's just a little keychain that has 10 little, beads on it. And the goal is to do 10 good deeds a day. And every time you do a good deed, you move one of those beads up to, just for your own self awareness, show that you've done a good deed. And it's something that I've had on my keychain for bazillion years now. And I still challenge myself to do 10 good deeds a day. Whether it's just something as simple as pausing an extra 10 seconds to hold the door open for someone at work, or seeking out someone that might be new or that I've never spoken to before and introducing myself to them.
okay.
And just making friendly banter. But I would think that that's the legacy that I would want to instill, and see move forward after I'm gone. Hey, Dan.
Nice. Okay. That was powerful.
Mhm.
I'm still feeling it.
So I think in my case I want my kids to be able to not have to punch a time clock if that's not what they wanted to do. Um I would like to pass down all the knowledge I've accumulated and show them different ways that they could be financially free.
Mm.
So yeah, that's my take on that.
But I think that you already do that. You already have that legacy. So I know that you are very skilled and talented at working on vehicles. So you already have a natural trade. And hopefully you are spending time with your son on weekends. I don't even know if you have a son, but with your kids, even if it is a daughter, I don't care if it is a daughter, and instilling those talents into her. I know last summer when my washing machine broke, and I am such a YouTube University girl. Like, I literally ordered the part myself. I got the thing open. I got the part halfway on, but I just was nervous, So I
Mm,
had to finally call someone to help out. And it was a 22-year-old young lady that came over and helped me to fix my washing machine and like showed me what I was doing incorrectly. But I just thought that it was so awesome to see
all right.
this 22-year-old young lady coming over and having those plumber skills or electrical skills or whatever you are when you fix a washing machine.
Right.
It was badass. And I told her, as a girl, you'll be able to charge even more. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
but yeah, so instill that in them, because that truly is the best legacy, is not having for them to have to go and pay to go to a university or college to learn skills that are sitting right there in their backyard. That way they can spend their time on learning other things like AI.
Mhm.
I agree. I agree. Wow. That was great. That was definitely great.
Powerful.
Yeah. Yeah, to say the least. Oh. All right. Um, Anybody have anything they want to say before we wrap this up?
No.
No. Okay. Hold on, let me be rude to leave with the camera off. Okay, so
Word.
this was Step It Up September, day 17. Topic was generational curses. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Everybody that came and went. I appreciate your time out of your day. You could have been anywhere in these internet streets, but just decided to spend a few moments here, and I truly appreciate you guys for that. So
Yeah.
we'll be back.
Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, you had a lot of complications on this one. Internet issues, hijackers.
All type of stuff. But we made it. We pushed through.
Yeah.
We persevered.
Wow, we're better for it, huh?
Yeah. See, we could have stuck with the curse of just calling it quits. Yeah, see what I did there?
Wow, that's right. I see that. Good one. Good one, Elevated.
But yeah, like we'll be back tomorrow. I can't tell you a topic because I don't have it yet. I like to go with whatever's on my mind
Whatever
at the
pops up.
moment.
Right? Yep. Mhm.
Hey, it's been working, so
Yep.
I'm not mad about it. Well, everybody take care. Have a great night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Good
Thank you. Have
night.
a good night, everybody. Bye,
Thanks,
Dan. Bye,
everybody. Good night,
Crystal. Good to
everybody.
see you, hon.
All right.
Good night.